All right. Hope everyone can hear me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. It is August 11th, 2020. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital and your host for every day's morning note. We do this at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is your first time here. Welcome. If you are a returning guest or viewer, welcome again. Bottom right-hand corner, make sure to like, subscribe our videos. We do appreciate the support. And make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Updated subscriber count, we are now at 4,324. If you did enjoy our last trading session, live trading session on YouTube, wait till we get to 10,000 subscribers and then we'll do another one. Or we get 10,000 Twitter followers, we're like at 5,100, or 100,000 Instagram followers, and we're like at 81,000. So it'll be a bit. Depends how much you guys share our channel. We really do appreciate it. We do this for you guys. All right, Dow futures up 347 points, 1.25%. Nasdaq putting back a little bit, 0.45% to the downside. S&P futures up about 18 handles. The high was 33.79 as we creep to all-time highs, up 0.53%. Russell 2000 index futures up over 1600, 1.12%. Crude oil futures up 1.74%. Bitcoin futures are slightly down, actually down, excuse me, 2%, 11,770. Gold futures are down big, 3.35%. Silver performing worse, 6.6%. Looks like a little cool off here. Euro dollar for my Forex people, 1.1799, up 61 pips, 53.53%. And dollar yen flat, 105.94. Dollar index right now at 93.23, down 34 points, 34 cents, 0.37%. And the VIX is down 4% today. What's moving the market today? Looks like Russia, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, or whatever you want to call it, prime minister, stated that they do have a vaccine for COVID-19, and market spiking of that. Obviously, also stimulus talks help. We'll see if the stimulus gets passed. But gold and silver looks like a rotation out of everything that has been working, that has been doing very well. So what does that mean? Again, we talked about this yesterday, the rotation. What moved yesterday? Banks and tanks. I've been saying banks and tanks. Industrials, energy went up too. You can throw that into industrials and the banks. No secret today that Citibank is up, JPM is up, XLF is up, BAC is up. Again, the banks are up, financials. Everything that has been lagging, that has been basically held on to the fact that you want to gain when we get a vaccine or we're out of lockdown. The laggards looks like the rotation out of the winners, which is the cloud plays, the big cap tech. We know those guys that are kicking ass, right? Well, a lot of the fund managers are not getting new money, so what they're doing is they're taking profits, not tons, but they're taking profits and moving it into these other names that have the catch-up trade. So again, rotation from winners to catch-up. So again, there's a lot of catch-up to be done in the financials, in the energy space, the leisure space, the airlines, um, casinos, consumer discretionary. We know the drill. So again, what has been moving? Yesterday, our signal service, our signal team got Boeing, and we're almost in the money. We bought the 185 calls yesterday, and we're almost there. Uh, we're also we closed IWM yesterday, the signal. I had a worse price. I'm still holding. I have the 160 calls. We closed the 155 calls yesterday, which was a runner anyways for profit. I got 100%. I got a bag on it. And I still have the 160s, which I didn't get to close yesterday because at a worse price. And I'll be in the money. Also, we'll probably be in the money on Boeing. So we'll probably knock the Boeing out of the park. I also got some other calls here. Obviously, I still have GLD with our YouTube channel. We're right there on that fib line, kind of holding on right before the breakout. We have the 200 calls. We have until August 28th. So again, I'm still holding out for the stimulus package and see if they really go all out. So I have time. I didn't go too heavy on the trade anyways. So again, I can live with it, even if it's an L. You got to give it some time. This is where position size is key. Again, never trade with, you always stick to your position size. So let's say if I tell you, hey, how much would a trade be that if you lost the trade 100%, you would hate yourself. If you say to me, Carlos, man, if I lost $1,000 on a trade, I'd really hate my life. And I would say, okay, how about 500? And you said, oh, 500, I wouldn't hate my life. I'd move on. Okay, 500 would probably be a position size. That would be your position. If I said half position, then it would be 250. So again, I'd rather have a trade where I have $500 as the contract cost and let it ride and give it the time to go because sometimes options do flip. For example, I had a BABA call one time that was 87% down, flipped back up, and I made like 200% on it because it was a headline. FedEx, I remember we were down 60% on that thing, and then it soared after UPS. I closed it at break even. I could have easily made a bag on it. I mean, tons of those. Square has done that to me many times. So again, you got to have patience with your options. Good thing with GLD, we have some time. So we went the farther out expiry to August 28th for the 200s. Again, looking ugly today. Oh well, it happens, but we're just gonna have to tough it out. I mean, that's just basically what it is. You just have to wait it out with your options here. SLV, I do have some calls on SLV. Again, it's right at the 38.2 fib line. Not a big deal. I can live with that. Again, I have farther out expiry anyways, so I'm not really worried about it. So some of the things I am looking at, again, is that rotation. Boeing breaking out. I had the 185 calls. I'm probably going to bank that today. Citibank is breaking out, which is C. I want to take a look at those calls. Look at Goldman Sachs. Again, 213.81 would be my breakout level. I'm going to go and place an alert there. That's something that I want to take a look at to play. I've always said when it comes to financials, close them out same day. They tend to reverse. That's not a that's not a rule. It's just something that I've seen many times. So GS is what I'm watching. 213.81 is my level. JPM breaking out. I'll be taking a look at JPM as well. So again, financials. We know the drill. Financials, JPM and Citi. I'll be watching too. Goldman Sachs. I have an alert placed. So those names I'm going to be looking at. If you want to take a look at ExxonMobil breaking out, another one looks interesting to play. So again, banks and tanks, like we've been saying. Again, there's always opportunities. Maybe you don't want to go to tech because they are falling and you don't want to play puts. Let's take a look at some calls. XOM, again, with the market moving up, creeping to all-time highs, like I said. You need the banks, you need the financials, you need the industrials to carry us over the hump. This is a really good sign for the market. This is actually confirming the bull thesis that I've been saying. We are going to get an all-time high. Is it this week? If we pass a stimulus, I do believe we'll get the an agreement. I believe we'll get to 33.97 ES, which is all-time highs, which I've said we're gonna get. So again, here we are. After we break all-time highs, expect a drop from algorithms. They're gonna go ahead and sell it. They're gonna sell it, and we'll get back down to around 33.50, 33.30, and kind of chop around for a little bit. Again, we have to see what's the leadership. Can tech come back? I believe that with tech, I'm hoping for more of a fall here because I want to load up on some great names that I've been wanting to buy some more of. I want to buy some Apple. I want to buy some more Apple. I want to buy some more Amazon. I want to buy some more Tesla. I want to buy a lot of names. Microsoft, for example, some more Facebook. I'm pretty low. I don't even have a position on Google. All I have is in my ETF. So again, these names, I'm welcoming a fall as an investor because I can load up a little cheaper here as the valuations have gotten a little stretched, mind you, but they're the only ones making money. So one more sector I'll look at, AAL. Take a look at American Airlines, AAL breaking out. Take a look at DAL breaking out. So again, if you want to take a list together, I'll write it down with you. We could take a look at C, JPM, XOM, AAL, DAL. So that would be my five, and then I also have GS alerts. So those are kind of my five that I'm looking at today. Obviously, I still have Boeing, so again, I'm holding it anyways. I really like IWM. I still have it, which is the Russell 2000 index. Those 160s that I have, they had 37,000 vol yesterday. That's a really good sign. I love those kind of trades. I like high volume momentum plays. IWM is a momentum play as you're just riding the wave, is what I mean. If you really want to play cruise lines, I know everyone wants to play that. CCL, I'd wait for 17.9 on that. RCL breaking out too, so you could take a look at that. Again, keep in mind the spreads. So if you see the bid price at $1 and the ask price at $1.50, that's a 50% spread. I would stay away from those. You want the bid and ask to be tight. So we'll call a tight spread. So again, cruise lines I've seen there's been wide spreads. So just be very careful if you do trade that. Mind you that those spreads do eat into your P&L. So again, don't feel the need to rush into anything. Wait for those spreads to tighten a little bit, and then you can go ahead and get into your trade with the right volume and the right chart. Again, that's just something that I look at. One more thing that I wanted to look at as well, casinos, again, the leisures. Casinos, I want to wait for Win to be at 90 to play it. If you want to play MGM Grand, again, there was a nice breakout yesterday, 22.50. It's looking decent. I think the move is already baked in on the casinos. I think airlines and banks are probably your best bet. BA looks very great, but again, I'm already in it. But with that being said, again, I also have some Apple calls that I'm holding. And again, you've seen ascending triangle anyway, so I can wait that out. I'm not really worried about Apple. I think we get a little more upside on that. Again, rotation on these banks and tanks is not forever, obviously. You're just getting it now. How long does it last? That's really the market to decide. I can't really tell you. Can't really time it, but I just base it on price action and moving forward. But again, metals are taking a hit. Again, they were the big winners. The metals, gold and silver, have outperformed the S&P, right? We know that. So again, it's you can see it's obvious to see that you're going to get a pullback and some profit taking. That's it. Tech outperforming the S&P, profit taking. So again, you're taking that money, the fund manager taking that money, the profitable money, and moving it over to the ones that need to pay a catch up. As we see, we're getting it to an all-time high, which I've said is my bull thesis. Anyways, this shows me this is more bullish. Now, in regards to the vaccine news with Russia, again, we don't know. There's no data on it. Again, it's a nice headline. I hope there is a vaccine. That'd be great. But again, we don't know. So again, until there's a confirmation, until there's some kind of proof on there, I mean the market is welcoming it, I guess, but for as of right now, we just have to play what we see. We do have the stimulus talk still going on between the Democrats and Republicans. Let's see if Congress does it before the recess, while they all go for re-election and what have you. We have the elections in less than 80 days away. So again, a lot going on, guys. So it's gonna be a fun one. You know, it's only August, and we have still have about September, October, November, December, about 4 months left. A lot more to go. All right, so I know that's my rant. My apologies. Again, I just want to explain. I try to start with kind of a little bit of a monologue so I can answer the questions that you ask anyways. All right, let's go and answer some questions. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can you talk about the Apple's movement? What do you expect for the sector rotation? I just said that. Breakout stock today. I just went over a couple. Morning, will bank industrial rise continue today? I just explained that. Am I still bullish in silver and gold? Yes, I am. So pretty good. I guess wait for my rant before or my monologue before asking these questions. Do you have a shopping list for Alcoin rotation? I just did that. I have SLV. Should I close at the open? If you have SLV calls for this week, I would hold off on it. Unless it's a really big position and you're really scared, just hold off because you could get the stimulus approval anytime. If stimulus passes, gold and silver will be up, right? It should be up. It depends on what they agree on. If it's a lot more spending than expected, yes, gold and silver should bounce up. But if it's no deal and you start, seeing a lot less of a stimulus, then yeah, you'll see gold and silver suffer a little bit. Take profit on tech stocks during rotation hold. I don't take profits on anything. I'm a buy and hold guy. My investments, I don't need the money. I'm holding on to them. How are you feeling about Apple calls? I just said that already. JPM calls, I talked about that already. With the rotation, do you think banks and tanks will fall after they go up? Like space, for example, went up and down. Every stock goes up and down. If you're talking about like a wide pullback of a correction 10%, no, that's kind of already passed. You're not going to get a mic correction. You'll get a slight move up. Again, as we creep to all-time highs, 33.97, you'll start seeing the banks and tanks hopefully still participate. But again, this NASDAQ pullback is just profit taking is all. Why SpyG is not moving up with S&P? SpyG is heavy tech. That's why. How's RTX? I don't trade RTX. I used to own it. I sold it because I just didn't want to own it anymore. I wasn't getting growth on it. Again, I'm heavy tech, so I mean heavy growth here. RTX breaking out. Let's see what the options are. Rather buy Apple before and after split. Here's my answer to that. You want 4 quarters or you want $1? Same thing. It doesn't matter. Should we get out of text box? Why would you want to get out of tech stocks? Do you need the money? Do you not believe that Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Google are now going to make money again? No. What's up, Carlos? Good morning. See, where do we see BA starting to cool off? I don't see it cooling off. I think we're at a breakout. I think we could definitely get to around 200, not this week, but we can get that continuation to the upside. I have FSPTX. I have no idea what that is. What is the breakout for JPM DALL? They're all breaking out already. They already did. AMD or Nvidia? Both. I love them both. But if I had to pick one, I'd say Nvidia. What would be a good price to pick up some Square? Square, let's see. I don't own the stock, but I would go ahead and take a look at maybe around 132. 130 would be nice. FedEx calls, Boeing continuing its run. FedEx, I played before once. I closed it at break even. It is breaking out. I think there's other opportunities. I think that number was already baked in. It's moved $25 literally in 4 days. I should expect a little bit of a pullback too on that. Why is Beyond Meat going down? Oh, well, Beyond Meat is what we call a momentum play. But again, I've been kind of bearish on Beyond. I don't like the stock or the company anyways. I think there's better places to put your money. But again, everything that has been a COVID winner is pulling back slightly, and Beyond is no exception. Again, look at all the other ones. Etsy's, the big cap techs, the Shopify's, the Spotify's. They're all pulling back. So it's not an individual stock itself. It's the sector of momentum and winners, COVID winners that are pulling back. What do you expect the Nasdaq to reverse? I don't expect the Nasdaq to reverse. I mean, it could happen today, but again, profit. Some people are going to buy the dip here, as you're going to see these big companies that are trading a little lower, like an Amazon, for example, right at the 200-day moving average. I would expect it to go back down to around 3,100, 3,080, and then maybe some people buy the dip there. Again, one stock interesting is Tesla. Tesla is breaking down slightly, and you can see right around that 1,300 level it should tap. I wouldn't play puts on it or anything, but again, that's just what I'm watching. I retract my question. I'm in the money for Exxon this week. How's the chart? Exxon is a breakout. Again, you know your profit, you know your levels. If you want to take your profit, enjoy. So that being said, do you think COVID winners are inflated? I do not, because the COVID winners thing, COVID's not over. We don't know we'll have a third wave, second wave, whatever. What if we get locked down again? What if it gets worse? You don't know. I don't know about viruses. I'm not a doctor. What if it gets really bad? Why not stick with companies that you know that can handle any storm? So forget the charts for a second. Let's look at the fundamentals on these companies that actually make money. Apple makes money. Amazon makes money. These kind of companies. NIO does not make money. Nikola does not make money. I don't want to put my money in those companies. Keep in mind, Space does not make money either. But I own it because they're looking beyond what other companies are doing, which is space, which is something that I'm interested in. So again, I only invest in companies I'm interested in and I actually know they make money. Space is one of them that doesn't make money, but again, they're looking, pardon the pun, the final frontier, which is space, right? They're looking beyond than just electric vehicles, which is Tesla. Tesla is the market leader. So again, if you want EV, I'd rather just go with Tesla, the big boy. If I want online shopping, I'm gonna go with Amazon. Again, Shopify is fine, but I like Amazon more. Amazon has AWS. They have a lot more. They have Twitch. They have Whole Foods. Those kind of names. Again, I'm gonna stick with winners. I want to hold them because I like them as an investment long term. As a trade, completely different story. When it comes to options, I definitely focus on the chart. When it comes to investment, I look at the books, I look at the fundamentals, I look at the story, I look at the management, all that. Kodak under investigation loan, of course. Yeah, Kodak, who knows? Thoughts on Kodak tomorrow? Disgusting. I'm not touching that thing with a 10-foot pole. Been there, done that, I made money. If there was a second wave, do you think there will be a great stock downside in March? No, I don't, because I've said this yesterday. The United States has definitely been, they've definitely been adaptable to what's going on. Everyone's already in lockdown in a sense. Everyone's working from home. School's not opening up. So again, the second wave would just bring the Nasdaq tech stocks kind of eating market share some more. So again, if you are in a macro sense, kind of hoping things get better, you're going to expect the Nasdaq to pull back. You're going to expect Apple to pull back a little bit. You're going to expect these other companies that had an incredible run, a Square, a PayPal, an Amazon. That's your opportunity to scoop up some shares that you've been wanting to get in. That's why I tell people, chill, wait for a pullback before you buy anything. I don't know why people want to buy something when it increases in value rapidly, but yet want to sell it when it decreases in value rapidly. You're doing it backwards. Wait for a good price and then get in. That's kind of the thing. Again, I love Amazon. I would love to buy more Amazon. I want to get a better price. I love Tesla. I would love to buy more. I want a better price. I want to save some coin while I'm doing it. Apple, love Apple. Again, I just want to wait for a pullback and then I can buy some. So again, when it comes to the stock market being red, that's my opportunity as an investor to start looking at some names that I want to buy. Rocket Companies has several companies, great financials. Why is it not being received well? Mortgage companies. People have bad taste in their mouth from still 2008. So I'm not going to invest in it. That's financial still. The only financial company that I own is JP Morgan Chase. What's my take on Diz? Diz, I am long-term bull. I've been saying it. I still like it long-term. And it's been holding up pretty solidly. Again, it's the deal with our theaters going to open up again with those movies. Their Disney Plus, was it Disney Plus is doing very well, but the parks need to reopen fully. But again, I still love it. I still own it. And I own, no thanks. I know it's up, less than expected results, better than expected loss. Again, if you want to trade it, fine. I don't want to own it. I'm fine. And I know some people get a little bashed by like, oh, I made this. Good for you. I don't want to own it. Thoughts on SPG? Any opportunities to make moves? SPG, if you're playing it, you're just playing for the yield. Keep in mind, guys, that if you're going by yield, the price goes up, the yield goes down on your dividend. Keep that in mind, but you're still going to get paid the same amount. So just keep that in mind. If you're a yield guy, it goes that way. But SPG did break out a little bit, 69.16, pulled back. There was a lot of volume on those 70 calls. I tweeted it out. But again, not much going on there. Again, if you're buying that stock, you're buying it for the yield. That's it. Thoughts on BAC? Only financial I like is JPM, Goldman, and Citi. That's the only three I like. And I only own JPM. Thoughts on DocuSign? DocuSign has been killing it, but again, look how much it's fallen. It's the same exact thing. Just like all the big cap techs, all the winners have pulled back. I mean, if you want to go ahead and buy some, sure, go for it. They're a COVID winner, just like an Adobe and these other cloud names. Cisco calls. Cisco, I rarely play calls on it because it chops. It doesn't do anything. So no, skip it. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. I got to get ready for the day. GARCapitalFX.com is the website. Thank you so much for your time. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just a heads up, in the morning, I'll just do my monologue or my rant and kind of go over the market and everything in general. More times than that, that answers all your questions anyways. So watch list, Citi, JPM, XOM, AAL, DAL, and GS. Leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Happy trading. Happy Tuesday. And we'll catch you tomorrow for the morning note. Make sure like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Your bottom right hand corner of your screen. I'm Carlos Garcia. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves.